Hello, everybody, and welcome to another glorious stream. Ha! Joke's on you, BG. I remembered to feed the cat this time. That's why I'm late. He needed some love. How's everybody doing out there in listener land, huh? You guys having a good day? Hope so. Hey, TOS. Hi, BG. Hi, Oki. And thank you, Oki, for the Bitcoin donation. Appreciate that. I saw Evolved Potato in here earlier, and Shady. How you guys doing? Yeah, right. Another exciting day in the neighborhood. Well, I'm sorry I haven't been streaming as much. Unfortunately, life has that effect on my schedule. But we're here now, so we can cover quite a bit of news. And yeah, that'll be riveting stuff. Make sure everything's running smooth. Had a little bit of internet drama on the Twitter, so if we get any weird people in, you'll know what's up. Hey, Pete, how you doing, man? Hey, Rotten Corpse. Hey, nobody. Ginger Power. Yeah, Pete, one of these days we're going to do a stream together on one of the other channels on Mr. Awesome. Hopefully we'll do that soon. Unfortunately, the sinus thing has kind of screwed up my week. Sorry. But we definitely need to do that. Maybe I'll stack the BTC or life causing you have to cash it in. I'm just letting it sit there for right now. That's my emergency fund. So right now it's just sitting there being beautiful. All right, let's see what we got on the docket for today. Kicked another hornet's nest. You trying to take it monkey slack? No, just one of those things. Hey, see no evil. Oh, thank you, man. Hey, Buster. Oh, other people streaming? I don't know. I don't pay attention to who's doing what anymore. It gets too complicated. Hey, Buster. Oh, shit. Oh, speaker's still on. That happens. There it goes. I was watching a video. I was eating dinner, and then I had to feed the cat, who was very unhappy with me, by the way. Oh, damn it. This is going to be stupid. Okay. Things just seem to be calming down. Ah. Good, man. How are you doing? Hell yeah, I'm down. No rush to do it anytime you're up for it. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to do some more streaming, but this past week has been total dog shit for me. My sinuses, oh man, I have so much snot coming out of my face. Kind of chicken and rice. Dude, that's exactly what I had was chicken and rice. I opened a can of chicken, cooked it up, and threw it on some rice, and that was what I ate. It was riveting, let me tell you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. I want to do some more stuff with, like, mysteries and things like that, because those are fun to me. But I also want to do more stuff, too. I've got a great couple of ideas lined up that should be pretty fun. Let's see. All right. Well, we should probably get in. Hey, evil one. Can of chicken, whole chicken, or cooked breast meal? It's a little diced up, like, what, 5-ounce can? Whatever they are, an ounce or two. It's not much. It's a little round can. I just cooked that up and threw it in some rice. Oh, sorry, Buster. That sucks. All right, let's get into the news. First, I'm gonna grab a drink. A lot's happened in the past week or so. We're not really gonna talk about the Baldwin thing. I think everybody's kind of milking that to death. Hey, Peter. It was pretty good. Okay, can't complain. I had some curry sauce left, so I threw that on there. And I've got these new protein drinks that are supposed to be good. It says shake well, but I don't have a well, so I'm just going to shake it. Hey, Jordan. I'm trying to be healthier, so I got these Soul Source nutrition formula things. instead of soda. I don't like this healthier stuff. It's a little weird. We'll find out if this is any good. He might have been Buster. There was a lot of drama going on there. Oh, that needed to be in the refrigerator longer. All right, let's look at Batwoman. Remember a little while back we talked about Ruby Rose coming out and talking about the safety issues on set, stuff like that. Well, Warner Brothers came out, hey Rotten Corpse, and said they're voicing support for Dougray Scott in Batwoman scandal as Ruby Rose doubles down. I don't know what cross race is. Being a pro chef, they have a small tackle box full of single-serving condiments to use. Nice. Well, I'm really lazy and I'm a terrible cook, so my options are incredibly limited. Dougray Scott, one of the individuals who came under fire. This is from Bounding into Comics. Came under fire due after being named in Ruby Rose's allegations about the work environment on Batwoman. Officially has the support of the show's producer and distributor, Warner Brothers. Well, he's a big name, that's why. He's a bigger name than she is. Per Dateline, Warner Brothers TV has issued a statement taking Scott's side in social media tidal wave whipped up by Rose after she came forward with her personal account of what it was like working on the founder drama, calling the actor a professional and denying reports of his abusive behavior. That's some bad wording. We condemn the comments made by Ruby Rose about Dougray Scott. They began. Warner Brothers has found Mr. Scott to be a consummate professional and never received any allegations against him of bullying or abusive behavior on his part. Well, since he's the big name attached to the show, would they have listened? They continued, Mr. Scott was greatly respected and admired by his colleagues and was a leader on set. Warner Brothers Television did not pick up Rose's option for an additional season because of multiple complaints about workplace behavior that was extensively reviewed by the studio. However, despite the numerous denials of her claims from Warner Brothers and the CW, Rose is not backing down. Shortly before the studio released their above statement, the actress blasted Scott and Batwoman Greg Berlanti, I don't think he's Batwoman, by threatening legal action of her own against the executive producer. Dougray, she wrote in an Instagram story, why did we have Instagram stories? That's not a real thing. I have too many witnesses coming forward with worse than just your anger issues, but you're suing me for $10 million because Berletti shared his lawyer with you. Please come first so I can use the money from that case to take on Berletti. So he's suing her? Wow. For his part, Scott has denied Rose's claims and called them entirely made up, which may also be the case with the $10 million lawsuit mentioned, as currently no evidence has been provided that Scott has even filed one. I bet on the back end, his team threatened her team. In his own statement, the actor fired back at the accusation he was abusive to female co-workers on the set of Batwoman and reiterated Warner Brothers' previous claim that Rose was actually let go after the studio received multiple complaints regarding her behavior. She was whinging on and on about, oh, I almost died. Oh, safety issues. As Warner Brothers Television has stated, they decided not to exercise the option to engage Ruby for season 2 of Batwoman based on multiple complaints about her workplace behavior. I absolutely and completely refute the defamatory and damaging claims made against me by her. They're entirely made up and never happened. Rose has tirelessly taken aim at everyone listed, as well as the CW and Batwoman showrunner Carolyn Dries, for what she considers a toxic work environment, as well as well-documented safety issues. So the safety issues is actually a really big one and probably goes a long way toward this. Hey, Hate Camel, how you doing, man? Hey, old guy. Oh, I'm glad to have you here, man. Leaving Batwoman after season 2, Dougray Scott was once poised to step into the boots and yellow spandex of Wolverine and Bryan Singer's X-Men after he played the villain in Mission Impossible 2 opposite Tom Cruise. Okay, that's a interesting thing because this guy does not look like Wolverine at all. That's dumb. As far as the truth about this, I don't think anybody really knows anymore. It's going to get covered up anyway. It's statements and stuff like that, the non-disclosures. Hey, sorry, Amantine. Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Safety issues, I have no doubt those are well documented and coerced her into filming after surgery. Yeah, I'm sure they were quite pushy about that. But who knows about this other stuff? I don't think it really matters. The guy's probably an asshole to work with. Most Hollywood people are assholes. So I think it's just another one of those things. Pete Smash. Yeah, I'm with you, Pete. I'd plow that, but she seems to be quite a handful. All these Hollywood people are weirdos. So it's really hard to say if she's serious about the whole non-binary nonsense or not. That could just be another publicity stunt. They seem to do this sort of thing a lot. All right. Give me 1 second here. Find another article. Oh, damn it. Everything, I got pop-ups. Stupid Steam. I gotta uninstall that again. I'm better sat at the hospital long enough to know the floor plan and well enough to give directions. Are you okay, dude? Smash and dash. I'll date women with shorter hair than me. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with it. Most women can't pull off short hair. Some can, and I think it works okay for her, but not everybody can pull that off. I hope you're okay, hey Camel. Dougray Scott was always almost the top tier A-lister. Now he's on Batwoman. I'd be bitter and bored. Yeah, yeah, that's true. He probably is pretty bitter, and I get it. I get it. Everybody wants in Hollywood, especially, wants to be a somebody, but unfortunately, not everybody's star gets to shine. There's a lot of really good actors out there who are really underappreciated. She's the thin, tiny face that could look good with short hair. Yeah, and look real good while my wiener's in her mouth. I mean, not objectifying women, YouTube. It's just a statement of personal preference and personal privilege. Let's jump over to Bleeding Fool and talk about Larry Hama, or Hama, however the fuck it's pronounced. Larry Hama still insists he always wanted G.I. Joe's Snake Eyes to be Asian, which contradicts what he previously said. In another interview Larry Hama gave to Inverse, he continued to toe a politically correct line about what he really wanted with Snake Eyes to be like when he first developed the G.I. Joe comic series of toys nearly 40 years ago. Hama drew upon his own lived experience, oh god, I hate that phrase, as a U.S. Army veteran and the uncanny imagination he'd honed at Marvel Comics to usher in a new era of G.I. Joe. In issue 26, published in 1984, Hama penned an origin story for the mysterious black-clad Agent Snake Eyes, who's revealed to be an American soldier trained as a ninja in Japan. Even back then, Hama had reservations. As he tells Inverse, he's always believed Snake Eyes should be a character of Asian descent. Because only Asians know martial arts, you know. I don't like the fact that the only Asian character in G.I. Joe is a bad guy, Hama said, referencing Snake Eyes' rival and Cobra Command agent Storm Shadow. In the back of my head, I always wanted Snake Eyes to be Asian. That wasn't in the cards. In 2021, Hama has seen the franchise course correct. No, revise. With Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, a big stinker crap of a movie. A movie which, again, was a critical financial failure. By the way, if an Asian hero was such a big deal to him, how come he didn't create another cast member without a mask and use some creative muscle to make sure he got that point? Sorry, guys, I'm going to be coughing through this whole thing. You mean like Quick Kick, who came out a few years later? Actually, he did something like that with Storm Shadow, as explained here. When they brought in Storm Shadow, I resolved to change him into a good guy over the course of the next year. I didn't tell Hasbro or Marvel, I just went ahead and did it. It was a fait accompli. I think that adds to the dimension of the relationship between the two. They started out as brothers and became estranged, then found each other again. The movie narrative changes that around, but they still went with the central theme of brotherhood, betrayal, and redemption, and making things right again. I'm happy with that. Well, yeah, they probably wrote you a fat check. But is he happy with the results of the screenplay, or does he simply not have the courage to say he's disappointed with the artistic results? All right, let's skip down a little bit. This is kind of boring. I don't think the franchise is dead, blah, blah. Political correctness was forced in the narratives early on, and it ruined everything. We're living in an era where pro-American viewpoints have become taboo, sadly true. And G.I. Joe was a victim of that. What if tomorrow we discover Hama decides to abandon a real American hero as a subtitle because wokeness becomes a big deal to him? That wouldn't surprise me at all. Despite how it serviced artistic ruin on many pop culture products pretty quickly. If that happens, it's entirely possible. Regrettably, even the comic franchise, now run by IDW, could soon become a train wreck, and it certainly got that way when Aubrey Sitterson was doing some of the writing on an alternate universe titles. Maybe the annoying part is how Hama thinks that the only character he can make cool is the one with the masked outfit, and not one that doesn't wear a mask. Okay, so Hama has said in the past that that it was okay that Snake Eyes was white. He never brought this Asian thing up until much more recently. So that's just him trying to get media, I think. And it's really pathetic. It's kind of racist, too, to say that white people can't be martial artists. It's kind of sad. Because there are plenty of interesting characters in G.I. Joe. The fact that this guy's white shouldn't deter anyone from liking the character, or the fact that he knows martial arts is fucking dumb. Yeah, they're ignoring Quick Kick because that's convenient. Good luck, Peter. Hey, G.I. Joe had Kung Fu grip back in the 70s. Yeah, but that was the Kung Fu craze era, and now they don't dare do that. Yeah, Ryan, I know. You can probably hear the sub hum going occasionally. It's loud as fuck, but it works great. Chuck Norris, yeah. Chuck Norris is badass. Well, he was. He's old now. But you had Michael Dudikoff and the guy on the TV show The Master with Lee Van Cleef. All sorts of people like that you couldn't do now because somebody has a bug up their ass saying it's racist to have white people as martial artists. Yet nobody mentions Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being a martial artist in Enter the Dragon. No. That's okay. So, yeah, more crap. Ralph Macchio, he doesn't count. Yeah, Ginger, you're not wrong. Storm Shadow wasn't necessarily a bad guy. He was more of a mercenary. Well, I hope everything works out for you, Hate Camel. Remember Van Damme, Bloodsport was a cool movie. I never really got into Bloodsport. I just don't like that guy. You bring up Lee Van Cleef, that's blasphemy. What? No, Lee Van Cleef was awesome in The Master. No, I think Kareem was in one of the other films. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was in. Let's find out. I'll look it up on the internets. IMDb. Here we come. My internet is really slow. Probably because I'm sharing my screen. Oh my god. Why does everybody have so many pop-ups? I watched Freaky last night. If you guys haven't seen that, that was a shockingly fun movie. Oh, he's in basketball. Come on. Come on. Fucking internet. We've been 70s. He was in Man from Atlantis. Huh. Visitor, Tales from Darkside, Fletch. Oh, it was Game of Death. That's the one. My bad. I don't know why you get those mixed up. That shouldn't happen. Thank you, Oki. Damn, he's old now. It's meant to be a bit of a fraud. Some of his movies are pretty good. Yeah, I like Time Cop and Cyborg, which was supposed to be a sequel to Masters of the Universe originally. All right, so we talked about Larry Hama. Get off my screen. Oh my god, why is this running like shit today? Do I have something running in the background? All right, let's talk about John Boyega. This one comes from Cosmic Book News. That's what I thought, Oki. I knew he worked with Bruce Lee, but I always thought his form sucked. John Boyega could be Marvel's Nova. Look at that. Spitting image of Richard Rider right there. Spitting image. See that white face there? Perfect. Nova movie is once again rumored to be in development, where it's possible that Star Wars actor John Boyega might be playing the role. Suppose you could consider this a rumor, but I can recall rumblings that Boyega playing Nova around the time he was involved in the Disney Star Wars movies. Back in 2014, Boyega also tweeted out that he was down for a Marvel role and mentioned both Black Panther and Nova. I think he'd be better casting as Black Panther because he's got the accent. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman was cast as Black Panther, but regarding Nova, following John Boyega tweeting about Marvel and Black Panther, a fan tweeted a picture of Nova where Boyega responded, "He is cool too." Actually, he'd be a really good choice for a Night Thrasher. Black actor rumored for Nova in the Marvels. I'm sorry. To add fuel to the possibility, a casting call for Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels, might be for a black actor as Nova, and as the casting call is for supporting male role where Timothy Chalamet's name is crossed out with the role compared to a Michael B. Jordan type. In addition, a previous rumor offered that Christopher Nolan's actors were wanted for the role of Nova, and Timothy Chalamet happened to play the son of Matthew McConaughey in Nolan's Interstellar, so it adds up. But since Timothy's name is crossed out in the casting call, it seems as if Marvel might go woke and replace white male Richard Rider in the MCU with a POC, which shouldn't be surprising. Now they're doing all this crap. He'll probably be gay too, and not like regular gay, but like super flamboyant gay. Kevin Feige also has the option of going to the woke replacement in the comics, Sam Alexander, who's a Spider-Man teen wannabe, and another character who is unpopular and can't sell a comic book. 2007 Nova sales were rock solid, per the editor. Yeah, that book blew. Did they take Nova out of the court? Yeah. But that doesn't mean anything. They change shit all the time. No, Merle, you didn't miss any Bob Dole stories because I don't have any. Hey, Pinicalo, how you doing? Also show how racist and stupid they are. Is a European martial art that was introduced in each. Yeah, well, every culture had some form of hand-to-hand, and they tend to overlook that because they're a bunch of ethnocentric bigots that are self-loathing. Hovlos been wear fishnets shirt? Yeah, probably. And he'll be like, "You want to see me go supernova?" Yeah, Random, you're not alone on that front. It's a deep well, and they love digging in it. Regarding Nova in the MCU, while the character is yet to officially debut, Richard Rider was a part of the first Guardians of the Galaxy script by Nicole Perlman, but when James Gunn came on board, Gunn wrote Nova out. Avengers Infinity War co-writer Christopher Marcus also previously confirmed Nova was thought about in the opening scenes as the flick saw Thanos destroy Xandar, which is the home of the Nova Corps. I remember the big manifesto thing we did, where the first work we did on these movies, where we just every possible storyline that, oh my god, you ramble, dude. Yeah, the Xandarian world mind was that after it was almost going in this conception, he'd be the Herald, not unlike the Hulk, who was actually standing in for Silver Surfer, but that one member of the Nova Corps survives Thanos' attack. The Xandarian world mind would be the voice of Glenn Close because you had her, and why not? And he would be Richard Rider, and he would come to Earth. That was a long rambling paragraph. Good job, idiot. Good job saying, yeah, we thought about having him there, and we had Glenn Close on board. In the comics, in the 2005-2006 Annihilation series saw Xandar destroyed and Richard Rider becoming the last Nova Prime. So we see how it could play out in the MCU. It's too bad. Well, that storyline probably would have been better on its own and just made a solo movie. It's too bad the MCU went with Captain Marvel between Infinity War and Endgame, as Nova would have made more sense organically instead of forcing Brie Larson. Yeah, damn straight on that one. Yeah, there are new Nova stories. They'll probably race swap him in the comics if they do this too, like they did with a lot of others. They just got rid of Darkhawk, Chris Powell, and brought in a new Darkhawk who's some black guy who is stereotypically a basketball player. Nice work, guys. It's not racist at all. Yeah, they're basically the equivalent of the Green Lanterns evolved. They have a slightly different power set, but they're along those lines, yeah. They're like intergalactic cops. Hey, Cougar Knife, how you doing, man? So I think John Boyega would be bad casting for this, just because I don't think the role would suit him. Not just because he's black, because Richard Rider doesn't seem like the type of character Boyega would enjoy playing, and I don't think it'd be a good fit. He doesn't look anything like the part. I don't think his acting style would contribute to that. He'd be good Night Thrasher. I'd watch that movie. I like Boyega as an actor. He's a good actor. I just think there's better roles for him, even within the MCU. And why would he want to race swap a guy when he could play an actual black character and bring attention to it? That makes no sense. So that's a hand-me-down. You're just wearing a skin. It's character blackfacing. It's lazy. There's plenty of good black characters in the MCU. In the Marvel comics, I should say. All right, so that's stupid. So we'll see what we got else here. There's a lot going on. All right, while we're on the topic of Marvel, hang on one second. Ah, damn sinuses. She got her suit by stealing. Yeah, Riri Williams is a shit character that's been written shit. They tried doing a pretty decent job in that Ironheart series, that e-viewing one. She had some interesting ideas that could have made the character more interesting. But no, they don't care about any of that. They want tokens. They don't want long-lasting characters. All right, let's check in over with some Marvel nonsense. Damn. Alyssa Wong, Michael YG to debut Marvel's new Iron Fist in February. This is from Bleeding Cool. That's why it's an archive, because goddamn pop-ups on Bleeding Cool and Bounding are fucking killing my system when I have these articles up. Riri is a villain, dude. She conquered an entire country, Latveria, and declared herself queen. Following Thursday's Iron Fist No More tease, Marvel has revealed that writer Alyssa Wong and artist Michael YG will debut a brand new hero in the Iron Fist costume this February. Now, Danny Rand lost the mantle of Iron Fist in Heart of the Dragon. He had to give it to that chick whose name I can't pronounce from the Black Panther movie, the bald one. Okoye or something like that. So in a new 5-issue miniseries, a new hero will take his place, which for sure will go over great, because if comic fans are known for one thing, it's graciously accepting change. No, we don't accept stupid change. This is stupid. He gave up the Iron Fist for a nonsensical reason, so you could have the Black Savior come in and save the day, because that's what happened in the story, sadly. It started out really good, and then like issue 3, it was obvious that Okoye, or whatever her name is, was going to be the star of the book halfway through the miniseries. was a 5-issue miniseries, and they dropped that on you at the last minute. And then suddenly she's Black Jesus and comes in, gets all the power of the gods, and has to get the Iron Fist from Danny Rand, so he can't get it back. And they basically wrote him out of doing it. Her name is Fred. Yeah, well, everybody's got their thing. From the press release, this February will mark a new beginning for the iconic superhero Iron Fist. No, it won't, because Danny Rand is Iron Fist. Award-winning writer Alyssa Wong, known for her outstanding work on Dr. Aphra. Dr. Aphra is one of the most Mary Sue books I've read in a very long time. It is very poorly written, very boring. And Alyssa Wong, I think, is the one that got her job by complaining and calling C.B. Cebulski a racist. Alyssa Wong will team up with artist YG. I don't know who Michael YG is. An extraordinary artist making his Marvel Comics debut in Iron Fist. The 5-issue limited series will see the legendary mantle of Iron Fist passed on to a new hero in a revolutionary transformation of one of Marvel's most fascinating mystical mythologies. Fans can expect an epic hero's journey in the true Marvel fashion, which means he's just going to get everything handed to him. As this mysterious character unlocks long-hidden secrets behind the history of his ancient powers and confronts a threat that only he has the ability to defeat. See? Mary Sue. After giving up his power to save the world earlier this year in Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon, don't read it, it's trash, Danny Rand believes he's seen the last of the Iron Fist, but when demons begin to attack cities around the world, a new hero appears, hands blazing with the chi of Shaolu, the Undying. And who is this new Iron Fist, and does his power really come from the Dragon Kunlun, or from something far more sinister? Fans will have to wait until the first issue to discover his identity, and they can see him now at the stunning cover of Iron Fist 1, showcasing a brand new costume designed by his superstar artist, Jim Cheung. Notice how it's an all-Asian team working on an Asian book, because that's not racist at all. No, that's progressive. And here's a quote from Wong on the new book. It's an incredible honor to introduce a new Iron Fist to the Marvel Universe. I'm excited to delve into the comics' rich mythos and build on it. What does that mean for someone to take up the mantle of the Iron Fist right now, today? Nothing. As a newcomer, how does one interact with legacy, and how does one honor it by forging a new path? Well, my understanding is you tear down the past and create new nonsense things so that you can confuse everyone and get mad. I'm so stoked to work with artist Michael YG, colorist Jay Ramos, and the rest of the incredible team on the book, and writing this character who views things through fresh eyes feels very special to me. That sounds like a bunch of nonsense. Don't care about that. Here's the cover. Look, he doesn't even have his head covered, so I don't know. The costume looks okay. I don't like that it's just the front mask. It should cover the whole head, just for safety reasons. I mean, you get rained on, you're going to be blind because it's all going to run down your face into your eyes. But he's going to be Asian. They have an all-Asian team on an Asian mythology book with a new character. So, cover by Jim Cheung. It's a good cover. I don't know who this guy is. She's not a very good writer, so I have zero hope for this book. This is going to be garbage. Outstanding based on one criteria, because minorities made it. That's the highest standard you can have, is a bunch of people who happen to not look like they're native to a region. In this case, they're Asian, and they're in very white America, I guess. I don't know. They're all from New York, I think, so I don't know how they're getting that shit either, but that's what they always say, is this is a white supremacist nation or some shit. So, of course, they've got to racialize it. It's stupid. It's lazy and it's stupid. Just like Wally West is the also ran to Barry Allen. No, Wally became his own hero. He was around for a long time as Kid Flash, and Barry died. So that made sense that they would bring in a new character. And his death meant something. It was in a major event. It wasn't just a bunch of nonsense throwaway stuff for the sake of introducing a new character. But yeah, Barry was also ran to Jay Garrick. So there's that too, because Jay retired, or depending on the timeline, went missing into the ether. Those check boxes are outstanding. Yay, diversity. That or just go with apathy. Yeah, you're not wrong, Ryan. Try to do one of the two. But yeah, it's just lazy. I'll give the character a shot, I suppose, but Danny Rand is the Iron Fist. If you want to have a new character, that's fine, but you're going to have to really make them interesting. And lately, the last several years, their new characters have just been lazy replacements. If it's a character that makes sense and is interesting, and we get to see some actual heroics and hero's journey and struggle, fine. I'll accept that. But they don't do that anymore. They're just like, well, this person's in charge now. They're the bestest ever. That's a question for better minds than me, Random. All right. Let's talk about Satan. Yes. So remember the Satanic Panic? Yeah, that was a long time ago. Well, Satanists convinced Pennsylvania school district to change anti-satanic dress code. This is from USA Today. They probably threatened to sue because Satanists are very, very sue happy. They love lawsuits. It's really pathetic, too. You don't win any hearts and minds doing that. You just look like assholes. You're not winning anyone to your cause. You're just a dick. Satanists earned a victory after convincing a Pennsylvania school district to remove a student dress code ban on clothes that are satanic in nature. Yeah, it's probably a First Amendment violation. The Rose Tree Media School District just west of Philadelphia had included a ban on satanic clothing along with clothes those that are sexually suggestive, obscene, or promote violence. But earlier this week, the superintendent issued a statement that the dress code's reference to satanic clothing would be removed, reported to WPVI TV and ABC TV affiliate station in Pennsylvania. Although we had no complaints or concerns brought forward by any student, parent, or resident, we will remove this language. Yeah, they threatened a lawsuit from our current dress code information in the student handbook. Joseph Rose, founder of the Philadelphia area Satanic Delco, began contacting the school district about a month ago after learning about the dress code language from parents with children in the district. The wording is discriminatory, argued. See, they threatened a lawsuit. The idea that a public school, which isn't a place for religion to begin with, would allow all but one religion is just so obviously unfair and unconstitutional, Rose told WPIV. The group Satanic Delco does not promote a belief in a personal Satan. It says on its website, we believe that religion can and should be divorced from superstition. Yet you have Satan in the name who's from, okay. To embrace the name Satan is to embrace rational inquiry removed from superstitionalism and archaic tradition based on superstitions. And why do you have a character from what you're calling a superstition as something to be embraced? That's contradictory. Satanists should actively work to hone critical thinking and exercise a reasonable agnosticism in all things. Our beliefs must be malleable to the best current scientific understandings of the material world, never the reverse. That's contrary to what a lot of Satanists think, but if that's what his group believes, I don't know why they're called Satanists. They should be called something else. That's just embracing it for the sake of being edgy. The school district made the correct move. Villanova law professor Ann Julio told WPIV TV, they recognize there could be religious beliefs at issue. Not that there are, but there could be, and therefore they would take it out. Yeah, this asshole threatened to sue him. Rose is currently fighting similar dress code wording, a ban on clothing or jewelry with satanic or cult references at Garnet Valley School District, also near Philadelphia. I'm glad that the Rose Tree Media School District made the right choice, and I can only hope it sends a message to other schools that freedom of expression has been given equally. I think this could have been handled in a slightly better way other than sitting there and crying about it. I don't like that these satanic groups suing all the time. It's better to convince people than to constantly be extorting them. It doesn't win anyone over to their side. Satanists sound fucking stupid. Yeah, they're just glorified atheists with a supernatural dressing on. Hey, Deckfish. Oh, bummer, dude. Hope you're get some rest. I hope you're doing well too. I'm alive. As a pasta federian, I oppose serving pasta spaghetti at school. Yeah, I understand. Life's tough though. Yeah, they're just edgy atheists. Anymore, they don't have anything to do with Satan other than to use as supernatural window dressing to look edgy and be offensive to the Christians. And anymore, most Christians don't give a shit. You're not that edgy. It just comes off as lazy and tired because it's been done to death. Why don't you just say, look, this is a violation of the First Amendment. We don't want to protest or anything like that. But I have a feeling they snuck in the word lawsuit. And since he was talking about constitutionality, that's the standard go-to to allude to the threatening of the lawsuits. That's why they have that Baphomet statue somewhere. It's whatever. All right. For sure that was even Anton LaVey's whole point as well. Yeah, but there are actual Satanists out there who do worship Satan, and that goes contrary to what these guys are trying to do. These guys are appropriating satanic culture. I knew a kid in high school that used to sacrifice animals to the devil, and he went to jail for cruelty to animals. He's a real nut job, though. So this is a thing that happened too. To equate evil with good is illogical. Most are just hipsters that are trying too hard. Yeah, I think it's lazy. You're not even real Satanists. Nobody's afraid of you. You just are some pushy atheist. Most atheists are just anti-religious. Yeah, then that's exactly what these guys are. They're just anti-theists. And I don't know why they don't call themselves that instead of hiding behind Satan's metaphorical skirt. It's just kind of lazy. So you can wear Satan shit at a high school. Nobody fucking cares. Those kids are all edgy retards anyway. Just thought I'd cover it because it made the news. And then I could put Satanists in the tag too. All right, let's see what we got here. I just try not to be a cunt to people as long as they do the same. We're good. Yeah, exactly, Rotten Corpse. It's really a good philosophy for life. Just don't be an asshole unless somebody's an asshole to you. Or it's really funny. Not even really anti-religious, just anti-Christian. Rarely do they talk about Muslims. Oh, they don't, because Muslims will kill you. A large portion of atheists don't know the definition of atheism. They're agnostic or anti-theist. They're mostly anti-theists from my experience. Very few of them are actually agnostic, especially. Hey, Sora, how you doing? Hey, Lesser. Pretty sure that work with metal shirts couldn't be worn. Yeah, they can always say you can't have music shirts or something like that. I don't know why schools just don't go to school uniforms anyway and say everybody has to wear a white button up with a white t-shirt underneath or something like that anyway, just to avoid all these problems, because then it's across the board. School uniforms are really the way to go. You're not there to have a fashion fucking contest. You're there to learn, whether you like it or not. All this stems from like the late 80s or mid to late 80s when the Satanic Panic was a real big deal and everybody was pissed off about D&D and rock and roll. I'm doing okay. I'm just a little stuffed up, so I'm coughing and blowing my nose a lot. Polo shirts and khakis. Yeah, that's what they should be doing, is enforcing dress codes that way, and then it's universal. You pick a color and say, all right, this is our school color. That's what you're expected to wear. And that way, you can have 4 or 5 of the same type of shirt, and they could even like hook up a discount or something like that with a production place, that makes shirts or whatever. We had uniforms in high school. It was a white shirt, tie, and shorts. Yeah. Oh, pastor's son. Oh, geez, Lesser. That must have been awful. I used to game with a couple of pastor's kids. They were cool for the most part. We'd play D&D in their basement. It was a good time. And they were some of the craziest people I knew. 5 years old. Yeah, I was pretty young during the Satanic Panic era, but the fallout for that lasted a long time. You had groups like Bothered About Dungeons and Dragons, and that lady wrote a book. I've got 2 copies of it around here called The Devil's Web. It was Paulding. I think it was Paula Paulding, something like that. That bitch was crazy. But her son committed suicide and she blamed Dungeons and Dragons. And she was one of the driving forces behind a lot of the Satanic Panic of the 80s. All right, Peter Scolari died at 66. He was on Bosom Buddies in the early 80s. He worked on stage. He was in The Girls Show with that ugly chick and Newhart. So another tragic loss to the acting community. Familiar face on Bosom Buddies, Newhart, and Girls, and other television shows and in Broadway, off-Broadway, and regional theater productions, died on Friday. This is last week in Manhattan. He was 66. His management company, Right Entertainment, said the cause was cancer. Mr. Scolari had done some stage work, but was easing into television when he was cast alongside Tom Hanks in 1980 as one of the 2 principal characters on Bosom Buddies, an ABC comedy about 2 men who pretended to be women so they could live in low-cost, all-female apartment complex. The show, Mr. Hanks' first prominent assignment, lasted only 37 episodes, but has gained a sort of kitschy, really, you couldn't just say cult following over the years, and thanks to some witty touches in the scripts and the subsequent careers of the 2 stars. Yeah, it really made their careers, especially Tom Hanks. So yeah, he passed away, unfortunately. That show could not be made today because they were 2 straight men trying to bang chicks and posing as women. Cross-dressing. It was edgy for 1980, but you couldn't make that today. It'd be called transphobic. He was on the television series Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, not the movies, the TV series. He was in a bunch of stuff. So yeah, real sad. He played Yogi Berra in Bronx Bombers. Oh, didn't know that. So yeah, good actor. Too bad he had to work with this manatee. But yeah, tragic loss there. Just name one of the characters Riley Dennis. And so let all the onion get started. Well, that's how the onion got started. Yeah, right? All right, so that was pretty tragic. I was bummed to hear that because that show actually wasn't that bad for its era. It just couldn't be made today. It would have been considered way too transphobic. What did phobias become character flaws? No, they're part of your personality, gender shit now. That really started about, I don't know, 6-7 years ago now, almost a decade. Fucking ridiculous. All right, let's jump over to Bounding into Comics. Why is my mouse not working? Buttons are difficult. Resurfaced tweets reveal Netflix Walkout organizer Ashlee Marie Preston's own history of anti-LGBTQ comments. Now, this one's last week news as well, but we didn't have a show last week. So when the Netflix walkout was because of the Dave Chappelle comments that were allegedly transphobic. This lady has a history of her own, apparently. So the person behind the Netflix walkout in support of individuals who felt attacked by Dave Chappelle was transgender activist Ashlee Marie Preston, and recently unearthed tweets suggest the organizer is nothing more than a pandering hypocrite. Why does he look like he's impressed with somebody's junk right there? Thanks to a series of tweets originally compiled by Twitter user Machine4 and brought to widespread attention by independent video creator and journalist Matt Orfelia? I don't know. We have solid evidence of Preston throwing around homophobic and racial slurs on social media. Here's an example from 2018. Bro, I'd beat the dog shit out of you, furry slipper wearing ass fuckboy. IRL, I'd smash your fucking head like a can of A&W root beer. But I'ma fall back and let you keep pretending for the internet, dick rider. I didn't understand most of that. Why would you bust up a can of A&W root beer? That's something to be cherished and loved, not broken. All right, then she goes on. The Asian hoes act like they won't get karate chopped their motherfucking. Wow. Again, not all Asians know martial arts. Latino and Asian businesses need to stop being rude and fucking disrespectful. And KNO, it's a lot to ask in CA, but speak fucking English too. Maybe they only took English 1. Have you thought about that? Huh? Have you thought about that? Maybe they didn't pass that class. Don't be so greatist, you bigot. And you can say the same thing about a lot of people that work in different industries. Like damn near everybody in the southern border. Another series of tweets from 2011, Preston can be seen using a plethora of homophobic slurs for followers on Twitter. Oh, geez. This is the THEE. Last time I helped that F word I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, fucker. He's bringing me problems. Truman, help him. What, President Truman? He's not around anymore. I think he died. Got to 9 on these motherfuckers. F word pole smokers. Leave them shook like jelly in a jam. Smuckers, artist, me, hashtag lyricist. I don't know what any of that means. That's not a sentence. Is this in code? Is she a spy? Are you working for China? Denoria is a slimy slut, the kind of bitch that'll get fucked face down in a porta potty. That's gross. That kind of bitch. Oh, geez. I thought this girl overdosed. I hope her home girl don't leave her with them dudes. Drunk, drugged up Asian bitches are a predator's dream. Wow, that's fucked up. Another darn Asian almost hit me while crossing. What the fuck is it with y'all and damn vehicles? I have no idea. Were you illegally crossing? I bet you were jaywalking. Because Asians tend to drive really slow, so it wouldn't have been that painful. I don't think she knows English 1. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder too. Oh, Age of Empires 4? I like the Age of Empires ones. And stop dying, Brandon. Nobody authorized that. Latino and Asian businesses need to stop being rude and fucking disrespectful. And KNO, it's a lot to ask in Cali. I just read that. So yeah, her English sucks balls. And she's complaining about other people speaking English. She can't even fucking type English, let alone speak it. So, yeah, she seems like she does not like Asians or to gays. So I don't know why she staged a walkout if for anything other than backpats. Hey, Raymond, how you doing? Yeah, we're reading this crazy lady. She led the walkout for the LGBTQ at Netflix, and apparently she has something with dropping the really mean F word toward the gays. And being mean to Asians mostly. And don't be mean to Asians. They're sexy, sexy people. They didn't do nothing. So screw this bitch. So another hypocrite. Shocker. These activists, yeah, you're not wrong, Sora. They always seem to have another shoe that just is ready to be exposed and drop out of a closet full of skeletons at any moment. Oh, that's not cool, Merle. Try not to get hit by cars. But I would be willing to put money that she got fucking jaywalking hit. Like, she wasn't supposed to be crossing, and she's like, fuck that red hand. I don't have to follow that direction. And then she got smacked by somebody making a turn. And I'm fine with that. You should be more attentive to your surroundings. I've almost been hit in crosswalks, and it sucks ass. But I don't know. She couldn't speak English, so hard to say if she knows the traffic laws. All right, let's talk about Amazing Spider-Man. Sony exec Amy Pascal reportedly started crying when Marvel president Kevin Feige torpedoed plans for The Amazing Spider-Man 3. This is from Bounding. According to a new book, former Sony executive Amy Pascal was so devastated, I did that on purpose, that her studio could not move forward with The Amazing Spider-Man 3 that she started crying when Marvel president Kevin Feige told her of his plan to take the web-slinger in a new direction. As recalled by the two executives of veteran media companion book authors Tara Bennett and Paul Terry in their book, The Story of Marvel Studios, The Making of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and transcribed by The Direct, Pascal's emotional moment occurred during a meeting held to discuss Spider-Man's cinematic future. Whoops. The book begins with a good sense of how they would like to handle the character. Feige was ready for his lunch with Pascal. What he wasn't ready for was Pascal's reaction to his proposal. It continues, the meeting was in her office at Sony. As expected, Pascal wasted no time in expressing her strong desire to have Feige be more directly involved creatively in the making of Sony Pictures' The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Excited about the ideas her team currently had, Pascal said she would send Feige the last draft. However, he wasn't as enthused as the book details. About halfway through the delicious sandwich that she had brought in, I said, Amy, in all fairness, it's not going to work. This movie sucks so much balls. Jamie Foxx is a terrible actor. Which is sad, because the costume looked fine in this one. I thought it looked good. But I didn't like Andrew Garfield. Thought he was annoying and kind of childish. I don't think he's a very good actor to begin with, but Jamie Foxx was really, really stinking that movie up. Kevin Feige then proposed Marvel Studios doing the next Spider-Man film. We've sort of done that before, and I don't think I'm particularly helpful but Feige wasn't done. He had a counter proposal. The only way I know how to do anything is just to do it entirely. So why didn't you let us do it? You recall this pitch, don't think of it as two studios, and don't think of it as giving another studio back the rights. No change of hands of rights. No change of hands of money. Just engage us to produce it. Just pretend it's like what DC did with Christopher Nolan. I'm not saying we're Nolan, but I'm saying that we're a production company that is doing pretty well. Well, your movies have blown donkey balls too, so those two Spider-Man movies were so boring. They weren't Spider-Man, they were Iron Man Jr. At first, I was super resentful, she admits. I think I started crying and threw him out of my office or threw a sandwich at him. I'm not sure which. Why not both? Although you're kind of an emotional wreck if you just start bawling during a meeting like that. After her initial reaction, Pascal then began to actually think about the proposal. Then she started to think it through. By the fifth Spider-Man movie, we weren't giving them anything new. And I would have to be honest about it. We were trying so hard to be different. We even went into places to be different that we shouldn't have. We weren't fresh anymore. And that was obvious, especially by this movie, because it was dog shit. And it could have been so good. They had Emma Stone in it. The costume looked good. They even had Rhino in there for 10 seconds. Yeah, this kind of goes on. But you get the idea. She was a big crier about it. And then they took Spider-Man, gave him a slightly different costume that I like a little less, and then made him into Iron Man Jr. So I'll drop this in the chat if anyone wants to read it. Sony needs to pull Spidey of the MCU. Apparently this new one they're doing is the last of their run. Yeah, Garfield was a terrible Spider-Man. Tom Holland wasn't much better either, you're right. 100%. I liked Amazing Spider-Man, but I had broken up over it. The first one was basically the first episode of the animated series from the 90s, made into an hour and a half movie. And I like the Lizard, don't get me wrong, great villain, but it was just a knockoff of that cartoon. And we've seen them do this sort of thing before. Pixels was just an episode of Futurama. And they made an entire movie out of that, but they made it stupid. And there was another film that was similar to that too, or a TV episode, but I first saw it on Futurama. Last of the Homecoming trilogy. Anything else be a new format of movies? Yeah. From the sound of it, they want to have Spider-Man in the next Venom one or whatever. They got to get away from this techno Iron Spider stupid shit. I don't think it sells well. And I think only the diehards are really in love with that shit. I think it's dumb. It doesn't really fit Spider-Man. And it's never really been that popular in the comics either. So, I don't know. I'm just a curmudgeonly old man, though. What do I know? Tom was all right because Garfield was so bad. You're not wrong. He's better. He's a better casting, but I don't much care for him either because I think these scripts are shit. His best role was in the Avengers or in the Infinity War movie. So I don't like the replacement shit with MJ either. That's fucking dumb. And Ned Leeds is a fat Polynesian instead of the Hobgoblin Ned Leeds. Oh, that's gross, Brandon. That sucks balls. All right, let's talk some toys. Where's this from? Cosmic Book News brought us this one. Marvel reveals Hasbro, including Wolverine and Captain America. At today's PulseCon event, when was this? This is from last week. Hasbro revealed a batch of new Marvel figures, which include Wolverine from the X-Men animated series, Captain America, and figures for the Avengers Endgame and the Falcon Winter Soldier, and more. There's images we're going to get to. First up, Marvel Legends Series 6-inch Captain America 2-pack figures, $41.99. Oof. Let's just jump down to the figures. Fuck this. They're all expensive. All right. Here's the Marvel Legends Iron Man. Classic costume from the late 60s. Really dig that mask. I like this armor. This one and the one with the more curved thing and not the Widow's Peak there. Those are the two classics I like the best. But I always liked this armor. I thought it looked really cool. So it comes with little repulsor rays and some little billowing smoke around them. That looks really awesome. And you can stand. Oh, look, that is very suggestive. So you can even pose him. He's got a little standy plate, and he's got a Tony Stark head, so he can look very 70s, very Howard Hughes looking there. Comes with extra hands, repulsor rays, the extra head, little background thing, stand on. Pretty sweet looking. This is the comic book background. Issue 174. Was that Armor Wars? Yeah, let's go get some poon. Hot fisting action. All right. There's the back of the box. Then there's Marvel Falcon. This is for the 3.75 series. That looks really cool. Classic costume. This is his second costume after the green one. I like this one better than the green one. And he comes with the Falcon even. Perches on his arm, which is pretty badass. There's the back of the card. And then you got Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Doesn't really extend, but these are just kind of generic figures, like the old style we had when we were kids for us older people. Yeah, his porn stash really ties it all together. Yeah, I don't like the normal head. I'd just keep the costume one on. It does look too big for the body, Sora. You're not wrong. No, that's not 90s cartoon Iron Man. That was a different costume, I think. But that was 60s Iron Man, late 60s. They've gone back to that costume a few times. But this figure looks pretty cool too. I've got a couple of these I'm going to open for the patrons. I've got Iron Man, Captain America, and Spider-Man. I'm going to try and get some more, but I'm dying to open those up. I also just bought a G.I. Joe figure of Stalker, and the plastic was damaged, so I got it on clearance, which was awesome. I made it the manager over there. Well, this is a pretty cool looking figure. Yeah, these don't really bend a lot. There's no joints. They just have the regular minor points of articulation. These go for about $7 to $10, depending on where you buy them. If you're picking them up at GameStop, they're $10. If you get them at Walmart, they're like $6.95 or something like that. If you look around, you can find them at a decent price. But finding them is really difficult right now. These are upcoming ones, so if you're interested in these, keep an eye out for them. But I really like these figures. They look cool. This Venom one looks awesome. It's the McFarlane era Venom before Eric Larson had that dumbass tongue on. Looks way creepier, and it's a pretty thick mini or model. So it looks pretty sweet. So I might try and pick these up if I can find them at a decent price. Nice clearance grab. Yeah, I know, right? Thanks. 7 to 10, pretty good price. It's not bad, actually, sadly, for toys. Yeah, when we were kids, this would have been like $2, like the Star Wars figures were. But that would have been about $5 today, I think. $5 or $6. So it's not too out of line. It's just kind of pricey. Now, here's the Captain America figure. This is one of the $20 ones. I think it's $25 now because they went up in price. It's got Steve Rogers' head, his hands. This is a little thing for the shield. See, it's got little bullet ricochets. That's actually a pretty cool pose. With the mask down, it does look kind of weird. He's got weird butt chin here. I don't know about that. The energy thing around his shield looks kind of strange. But with it on his back, looks pretty cool. That's what these straps are for. I don't know. It doesn't look like they're removable. But it's supposed to be the straps of his shield. So I don't know why they'd be on there if he's holding the shield. This looks way better with the mask on. And I like the classic mask. And the Buccaneer boots. You can't go wrong with some swashbuckling boots. But you can have him pointing at stuff. Here's the action motion for the shield being thrown. Mask down. Head, hands, etc. Little battle area there. Some World War II action. It's pretty cool. I'd probably go with this comic background. Just because that's badass looking. I would have gone with one of the other covers, the like one, what is it, 112, where he's got his arm up in the air. It looked way cooler. But still, it looks pretty cool. So you check that shit out. Let's get on to something else here. All right, there's the back. I like Captain America, so I might try and find one of these. I've got a couple of Captain America figures laying around. And here's another one for the smaller line, Marvel's Phoenix. Even has the sash, which I'm shocked that they actually included that. You notice these don't have any real accessories for the most part. Falcon had the Falcon, and a couple of the others had a few things, but most of them don't have extras. It's kind of disappointing. Oh, they're removable? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely look for that one then. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, man? Yeah, all these toys look really cool. These make great display pieces too. Or if you've got kids, you could buy them for them, obviously. This Wolverine one looks pretty badass. This is the animated series one. It's his first appearance costume. Not quite his first appearance costume. This is the giant size X-Men one, because the first appearance had the stripes on the mask. But it was the animated series costume they used. And that looks pretty awesome. I'd buy that too. This one, it looks like that might be points of articulation, but I don't think it is. So yeah, this one's badass. I like that. This probably comes with these 2-pack boxes. These Marvel Comics Presents 2-pack boxes are pretty cool. The downside is if you have one of the figures, because you can buy them individually typically, then you end up paying twice as much for the extra figure. So like the Captain America figure I bought, I then found a 2-pack with Captain America and Black Panther, and I couldn't find Black Panther by himself. And I was like, nah, I'm not paying $10 for a figure I've already got. I would buy that for $1. RoboCop's a great movie. So yeah, there's it shows you what they have on the back. You can find these 2-packs at Walmart. I think that's the only place I've seen them so far is Walmart. And here's a 2-pack I don't care about because this is not Captain America. This costume really looks kind of weird as a toy because the like little lines here and the fact that the little wings aren't there. I like the little wings. But if he was dressed as Falcon, I'd probably buy this. But he's not because they gotta PC it up. I'd never liked Sam as Captain America. I thought that diminished his character. He was better as his own character as the Falcon. And this just kind of, what they did with him was borderline racist. So I never really cared for it in the comics, and I didn't like the show. The show had too many racial politics. And why is the top of his head exposed? Like, you're fighting assassins like Crossbones, and you're going to leave your fucking cranium exposed? That's fucking dumb. But I'm sure they're nicely made figures. Now here's some of the 6-inch ones that are sort of throwbacks to the 90s toys they did. This is obviously Scarlet Witch. They did a Punisher one that I wanted to buy so bad, and they didn't have it when I went to get it. But these are more the size of the ones from the 90s when the TV shows were on. That's a pretty cool looking figure. And comics accurate. I'm glad they went with the comic look. Although I don't mind the one they did with Elizabeth Olsen. This is more iconic to me. White Vision. I don't know if I'd buy that one or not, but it's cool looking. I was never a huge Vision fan. And though all white just always looked kind of boring to me. I wonder if he was in Charlottesville. Here's the Winter Soldier. That face looks hauntingly creepy. That's real Uncanny Valley shit right there. Oh dear. Let's get that off the screen. That's actually not a bad looking sculpt. I am going to haunt your nightmares. Oh, it's a good thing it's Halloween time. Too bad they seem too optimistic about the crime rate of Detroit. Yeah, it does look unpainted. And that's probably the color of the plastic. Oh, doesn't surprise me, Tyler. Hey, Evil Ferret. I'm not starting over. We're too far in. I've already committed. Yeah, the weapons look cool. Extended mag on that's pretty sweet. The sculpt looks fine, but this head is way better than that creepy. I don't know what is that? It's like Glenn Danzig and the guy from Winger had a kid, and it was a hideous freak. It looks like he has like stringy Play-Doh poop in his hair. For hair, I should say. Otherwise, the mask one looks okay. The hair kind of bugs me, but the face thing looks really weird. Hey, I'm going to give somebody nightmares and then shoot stuff. And then we got Jubilee, digital rendering of what she's going to look like. Final product may vary, but I would definitely buy a Jubilee figure. I always thought it was a funny character because she's a Robin pastiche. And she became a solid character over time. What they've done with her lately is really lazy. But I always thought she was cool. I like how that's a VHS tape. So there's a different animated Wolverine. He's got a picture of Scott and Jean. That's not stalkerish at all. This is another digital rendering, obviously. Says it several times. But looks pretty cool. He's going to make out with that picture, and you don't know which one he's going after because they've made him, that way now. Lots of points of articulation from the look of it. So that should be pretty sweet. There's another look at the Falcon. Why do we have repeats on here? Mr. Fantastic, Venom again. Yeah, that's it. All right, so that's what's coming out from Hasbro. We can look forward to these. Looks like springtime. That 16-inch Captain America is $31. Damn. I think that's a little bit expensive. That's why those smaller figures are better, because they're cheap. Yeah, they're saying $10.99 here, but Walmart will have them cheaper than that. I think most places will. Yeah, she was great in the animated series. Absolutely. I'm glad they're going with that look, too. I know, BG. It's shocking. So, yeah, good stuff. Danny DeVito as Wolverine. If they'd made the movie back in the mid-90s, I would have said Glenn Danzig for Wolverine. If they ever do an Old Man Logan in the next 10 years, he should play Wolverine. I think he'd be good at it. But they already did Logan, and that was pretty much the same thing. I don't have that Captain America, but yeah, I like money. So when it comes out, I definitely want to get that. So yeah, feel free. Oh, speaking of which, I am bad at shilling. I didn't shill yet. Like, share, subscribe, all that happy crap. And don't forget to check out the creator store, my merchandise store, for those of you so inclined to buy yourself some cool crap. It's all high quality. I've been really impressed with it. I've got a couple of the masks and a t-shirt, and they're really nice quality. Pre-order them at Big Bad Toy Store. Oh, dude, I might have to check that out. I don't have any money, so that's not going to happen soon. All right, let's see here. Well, let's talk rappers, because I'm into the hippity hops. I know so much about rap, it could fill a thimble if it was half full. This one comes from the Daily News. Rapper Fetty Wap busted in multi-million-dollar drug ring peddling heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine in New Jersey and New York. Platinum-selling hip-hop star could land behind bars for life. This dude is a multi-millionaire, probably 10 times over, and he's dealing fucking street drugs. What's wrong with you? You're too comfy in your $1 million mansion? The hit-making New Jersey musician, I almost said magician, was busted for his role in a multi-million-dollar drug ring that allegedly imported more than 100 kilos of heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine from the West Coast for sale in Long Island and New Jersey, federal prosecutors charged on Friday. The Trap Queen artist was one of 6 men, including a Garden State Corrections officer, charged in the lucrative drug distribution scheme. The rapper from Paterson, New Jersey, was arrested Thursday at Citi Field on day 1 of a 3-day music festival and was expected to make his initial court appearance Friday afternoon on Long Island. Fetty Wap, born William Jr. Maxwell II, was identified by authorities as a kilogram-leveled redistributor of the trafficking organization. The fact that we arrested a chart-topping rap artist and corrections officer illustrates just how vile the drug trade has become, said Michael Driscoll, assistant director in charge of the FBI's New York office. The pipeline of drugs in this investigation ran thousands of miles from the West Coast to the communities here in our areas. Investigators recovered $1.5 million in cash, 16 kilos of coke, 2 kilos of heroin, 5 weapons and ammunition, and taking down the illicit operation. Only 5 weapons? That's like one person's guns. Jeez, you guys are bad Americans. 5 weapons. What is this, amateur hour? You get $1 million in cash and you have 5 shitty guns? Fuck off. No wonder you got caught. You're dumb. Authorities said 5 co-defendants were already in custody as they detailed how the rapper's gun-toting partners in crime allegedly brought the narcotics from the West Coast to Suffolk County using drivers in cars with hidden compartments or the U.S. Postal Service for delivery. Look, if you send it to the post office, it's going to take it forever, and somebody's probably going to steal it. That's just dumb. The defendants allegedly conspired in the drug scheme between June 2019 and June 2020. You sent this during the pandemic shutdown? What are you, fucking retarded? Long after the 30-year-old rapper scored his breakthrough Billboard Top 10 single in 2015. All 6 were charged with a conspiracy to distribute and possess controlled substances, and all but Fetty Wap were additionally accused of the use of firearms in connection with the drug ring. New Jersey Corrections Officer Anthony Sentji, 23, of Passaic, New Jersey, was identified as one of the rapper's co-defendants. According to authorities, whatever his name is, Anthony, transported kilos of cocaine from Long Island to New Jersey. Were they in his butt? I bet they were in his butt. The 5 other suspects were all arrested earlier in the month and held without bail at their arraignments. If convicted, all defendants could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. The fact they cross state lines makes it federal, and they will throw the fucking book at them. Unless they're government agents, then they'll look the other way. That corrections officer will probably get the lightest charge. Maxwell, who not listed on the bill for the City Feud Musical Festival, will be arraigned in federal court in Central Islip. Trap Queen landed. I don't care about that stupid song. In 2016, Maxwell was arrested by police in suburban Cedar Grove, New Jersey, for driving with a suspended license, tinted windows, and failure to replace a lost license plate. He showed up for municipal hearing carrying $175,000 in cash with thick wads of bills falling from his pockets before paying a $360 fine. That if you're into criminal activity, don't draw attention to yourself. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, Ryan, you're not wrong. He probably was. This guy's an idiot. Need to stop mumbling and sing legible songs. Yeah, you're not wrong, Raymond. Mumble rap is... What is that? You're just speaking in tongues. You're just bumbling and... Blah, blah, blah. He's a second. There's a third one. Probably. Well, he made his career disappear for a bit. This probably helped his career, actually. How do you lose a license plate? People do that, like the screw holder falls out. You know, the thing that... The placard thing that goes around it will come off, or somebody will steal it. Or they're just trying to avoid detection for something else. Like the fact that he had tinted windows and probably would get him pulled over, but the no license plate thing will get you pulled over immediately. Especially if you're driving on a suspended license. That's just dumb. What are you thinking? You got to look completely above board. That's how you get away with it, dumbasses. Not that I'm saying to do that, because that would be wrong, YouTube. But yeah, this guy's a fucking moron. Way to shoot down your own endeavors. They're probably going to seize a bunch of his money now, too. That 1.5 million's gone. That's going to be seized as drug money. But they're probably going to take off cars and anything else they think was remotely related. They'll do it under civil asset forfeiture, which I disagree with. But wouldn't surprise me at all if they take that as proceeds. Yeah, don't look suspicious when you're out committing crime. That's how you get caught. And most criminals are, let's face it, they're not real bright because they get caught. All right, let's talk about the fake controversy around Wheel of Fortune. These gangsters got to keep it real, right? Yeah, they don't fuck around with civil asset forfeiture and drug cases. They will take everything you've got. And they will justify it under the loosest terms, even if you're found not guilty, which is the problem I have with it. They did it after somebody was convicted of something. That's a little bit more justifiable, but it's been so heavily abused on innocent people that are not convicted of any crime or even really accused. That's crap. And how's it going, Della? So I found this over on MSN. It was from Good Housekeeping. Good Housekeeping has turned into like one of those clickbait companies now. They used to be like a women's magazine for like recipes and how to decorate your house, shit like that. Women's stuff. And now they're just a bunch of clickbaiters like everybody else. Nick Arcade has covered a few cases like that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's paying to get that money back. It'll cost you more than you lost to get it back because they'll fight you every step of the way, and they'll just run you out of money. It's the Disney method of lawsuits. Wheel of Fortune fans want nothing to do with the show after its wild and dangerous puzzle. Now, I'm a fan of Wheel of Fortune. I'll watch it if it's on. But this is fucking dumb. It's that time of the year for scary movies and creative costumes, unless it's culturally appropriating. And Wheel of Fortune is also getting in on the spooky vibes of Halloween. But some folks believe that the puzzle show may have gone a little too far with a particularly unnerving puzzle this week that gave everyone the chills. Well, every moron out there. After getting off of a strong start, contestant Jordan Costa from San Diego, California, was asked by host Pat Sajak to complete a puzzle under the movie quote category. Jordan's fellow Wheel of Fortune competitor, Darylyn Harrell, helped him by putting him on the right track, and it was up to him to finish it off with the Y and M missing. Jordan said the phrase Candyman 4 times to win a whopping $25,800 in total earnings. That, by the way, for those of you that don't know, is from a film called Candyman, Pat said, amid the audience applause. And I said it a 5th time, which means he appears. Isn't that the way it works? Oh my God! Absolutely, we should be terrified, Jordan said. Maybe he's under the wheel, Pat joked. This was fun, but let's not do that again. Yeah, a fictional movie killer may come after you. Oh, look, it's up there 4 times, guys. Oh, noes. Although Pat and Jordan moved on to the next category in puzzle, Wheel of Fortune fans watching from home immediately took to Twitter to voice their concern over the segment. Because what I've noticed is people on Twitter have a difficult time with distinctions between reality and fiction. Wheel of Fortune is playing a dangerous game tonight, one person said. Like they had him say Candyman 4 times. Wheel of Fortune, y'all wild. Another added, Wheel of Fortune just had it 3 times as a phrase, and it's pure evil. Why are we summoning hashtag Candyman by making contestants say his name repeatedly? I was waiting for him to bust out of the letters and get Vanna. They should do that in the next film. In case you're wondering what the big deal is, it's a film franchise that debuted in 92 and was inspired after the 1985 short story The Forbidden by Clive Barker. Since then, the movie series has expanded with 3 additional titles, including the most recent one, which hit theaters this past summer. In the flicks, the characters who hear about the urban legend usually test their fate by saying the name 5 times in the mirror. He appears and kills them, blah, blah. You know the drill. So I call this a non-troversy because this is fucking stupid and these people are dumb. Yeah, if Tony Todd had jumped out, that'd have been fucking tits. I would have laughed my ass off. Yeah, this is Karen's housekeeping. But that would have been awesome because I'm sure Tony Todd would do it. He seems like a pretty cool dude. He's older, so he could probably use some extra cash. Throw a couple $1,000 at him. It'd be worth it. And a lot of the fans would get it, and the audience would probably get it, so that'd have been fun. But this is fucking stupid. Now, for those of you that don't know, there was an incident back in the 80s of a woman that got killed in her apartment in Chicago by someone coming through her mirror. And that happened because the medicine cabinet mirrors were set into the wall, but they weren't really fixed there. And there was a vent shaft that went behind those mirrors. So the way the apartments were designed, if you were in the neighboring apartment, you could pull out your medicine cabinet, climb through into that vent shaft, and shove out the other person's mirror and climb into their apartment. And this lady had complained about that, but it had been so long since the place was designed that nobody remembered it, that was how people could get through. So this lady had complained and nobody believed her. They thought she was crazy and she ended up dead. And That's how they figured out the person came in, because the neighboring apartment was vacant. And it was apparently like that through most of the floors. So you could actually travel around the building that way. Pretty fucked up stuff, but it's worth looking into. There's some videos on it on the YouTubes. So interesting little urban legend there, but that was in Chicago in early 80s, I want to say, because the speculated that's where Clive Barker got the idea, and I tend to believe that. He may have even said that. I don't remember for sure, but there was an incident where that sort of thing did happen. He didn't literally come out of the mirror. It was just some criminal shoved the medicine cabinet out. So that's a thing that happened. All right, let's get that off the screen. Let's talk about Michael Myers. All right. Mikey Myers here. This comes from Pink News. Halloween's bone-chilling villain Michael Myers is homophobic in new film. That bastard! How dare he? The gruesome murder of a gay couple in Halloween Kills has resulted in some horror fans calling the villain Michael Myers homophobic. Yeah, the gays are like kids now. They're immune to the murders. The long-running Halloween franchise is largely focused on the effects of Myers' rampages on the Stroke family. And Halloween Kills is no exception to that tradition. The film is a direct sequel to 2018's Halloween, which ended with the masked killer being trapped in protagonist Laurie Strode's burning house. See, it's Strode. They wrote Stroke. That's why it's funny. However, fans find out in the new movie that the serial killer escaped the burning house with the help from firefighters, who he eventually killed and proceeded to go on a mass murderous rampage. At one point in Halloween Kills, Myers returned to his childhood home and finds an unsuspecting gay couple living there. The men, who are named Big John and Little John, wow, okay, jokes aside, realize someone is in their home and search for the intruder, but instead of making it out alive, they're murdered by Myers. Yeah, like he'd do to everybody. The scene stirred up discussion on Twitter, with some people labeling it homophobic for killing the couple. That's his job. He's a psycho killer. All I got from the new Halloween movie is Michael Myers is homophobic. Can't believe Michael Myers is not only a murderer, but also homophobic. Would this mean he was an equal opportunity murderer? Michael Myers homophobic. Chucky being an ally and Michael Myers being homophobic is funny to me. Fans also drew a comparison between the treatment of LGBT plus people in Halloween Kills and the new Chucky TV series. The show features a scene in which the evil doll shows his acceptance for the gender fluid and queer child. You know, one that hasn't hit puberty yet. Yeah, that's fucking dumb. Michael Myers being canonically homophobic and Chucky being canonically anti-homophobic is not something I expected this year. Well, that's because you're focusing on all the wrong things. He murdered people. The juxtaposition of Michael Myers killing a gay couple and Chucky talking about his gender fluid child is in the same week is just insane. You get off the internet. You guys are weird. The USA and Sci-Fi show follows Jake, a teen who unknowingly buys a Chucky doll at a yard sale. He eventually confronts the killer doll after he reads the teen's diary and discovers a crush on a classmate named Devin. However, Chucky reveals that he has his queer child. Okay. Jake asks if the doll is cool with it, to which Chucky responds, "I'm not a monster, Jake. No, you're just a psycho killer." Yeah, you are a monster. Despite some of the possibly tongue-in-cheek grumbles online, Halloween Kills has been a huge hit run up to Halloween. Like, I don't think these people are kidding. This is Twitter, which is full of crybaby whiners who think that whatever they like is sacrosanct. So this is just fucking dumb. And the fact that Pink News is headlining this is fucking pathetic. Grow up. Psychos kill people of all stripes. It doesn't matter. Stop being a fucking crybaby over every little thing. There's two souls in one doll. Oh, yeah. See, that's a different thing. Top and bottom. Yes, Peter. Michael Myers is only allowed to kill straight white men or Christians. Hey, Fatty, how you doing, man? So, yeah, it's just people being pussies again. Everybody's fucking crying over the stupidest shit these days. All right, speaking of stupid crap, we're over at Bounding once again for a little bit of an update on EA Dice's new Battlefield 2042, which features a non-binary specialist. Of course, she's fat and black too, so body positivity. Because this is who I want backing me up in a war, not some big burly motherfucker, but some body positive person who's focused more on their naughty bits than they are about surviving. According to the game community managers, the upcoming latest entry in EA Dice's Battlefield series is set to introduce the franchise's first non-binary specialist. Who fucking cares? Wingsuit. That's flying down at you. The operator, Emma Sundance Rosier, was first revealed in a Battlefield 2042 gameplay trailer on October 21st. In the trailer, no mention of Sundance's gender identity is made, with their segment instead focusing exclusively on how they would play in the game, particularly regarding their flight suit and smart explosive mechanics. Notice the use of their as the answer, they, their. How do you know it's on Zero? Are you assuming her pronouns? Following the trailer's release, Battlefield 2042 community manager Kevin Johnson took to Twitter to give players a quick look through all 5 specialists, giving a brief description of the character and playstyles. Say hello to Sundance, another assault specialist on the way with Sundance. Get used to seeing them zip through the sky on their wingsuit for fast entry on objectives and tactical situations. They also feature a set of smart explosives that allow you to take out enemy aircraft. Taking notice of the use of they pronoun, one fan asked, is Sundance non-binary? This is like the 3rd time I've seen their pronouns. Yes, Sundance is non-binary and uses the pronouns they, them. Because that's so important in a video game. That's so important, you guys. So freeing. So this shit turd is going to come out October 22nd, release date. It moved from its original to November 19th. They probably had to go back and change all the pronouns. This is fucking dumb. This pronoun stuff is stupid and it is really infecting so many areas of life. And the internet bullies are going to come for anyone who disagrees. Yeah, I'm with you, Hey Camel. Call of Duty and Medal of Honor were way better, especially with the controls. Galactus' Punisher with Frank Castle Punisher. Oh, brother. How's it going, Andrew? Cool. Not too shabby. Unplugged from all the concentrated work. Oh, cool. Well, I hope everything's going well for you. It's good to see you. All right, let's file that one away and see what else we got here. All right, let's talk about the legend himself, Bill Murray. This comes from Cosmic Book. Bill Murray joins Marvel, confirms Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. In a surprise revelation, Bill Murray has joined the MCU as the actor known for Ghostbusters confirms a role in Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, the 3rd movie in the franchise. 71-year-old confirmed the casting with a German newspaper, something I can't pronounce. Recently I made a Marvel movie, Murray said. I probably won't tell you, but never mind. In any case, some people were quite surprised why I decided on such a project. But for me, the thing was quite clear. I got to know the director and really liked him very much. He was funny, humble, everything you want from a director. And with the cheerleader story, Bring It On, Girls United, he made a movie years ago, which I think is damn good. The Bring It On movies are very underrated. So I agreed, although I'm not interested in those huge comic book adaptations as an actor otherwise. Of course, Bill Murray is talking about director Peyton Reed, who returns for Ant-Man 3, and when asked if he regretted taking on a Marvel role, Murray replied that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania looks to be a one and done for him. Let's put it this way, the director's a good guy, and now I've at least tried out what it's like to shoot a Marvel movie, but I don't think I need that experience a second time. And to come back to your previous question, I have mostly had a pretty good knack for avoiding the nasties of the industry. Fortunately, most good artists are also good people. At least that's how I experience it with my friends. So I'm intrigued to see who he's going to play in this movie. Catherine Newton was in Freaky, which I just watched last night, which was a surprisingly fun movie with Vince Vaughn. I recommend it. Jonathan Majors is returning as Kang. He's not going to have a blue face mask, though, for some stupid-ass reason. So, yeah, this will be interesting. I was going to watch this anyway, because the first two Ant-Man and Wasp weren't bad. But I'm definitely going to watch it if Bill Murray's in it. Oh, nice. Cool, Fetty. Good job. Yeah, they paid me money. Grasping for cash, kind of getting up there. Yeah, it might be. Wasp and Ant-Man. No. She's the girl. I'm a huge Evangeline Lilly fan. She is so cute. No blue fang cat. Yeah, I was kind of irritated about that. I'm hoping that's wrong, but not having him in blueface with the mask thing would be dumb. They're one of the worst performing MCU films. Yeah, but they still made money. That's the important thing, BG, is those still have a following because they're still profitable. And Marvel likes money. And so does Papa Disney. All right, also from Cosmic Book. The Flash rumored to reboot Real Batman DCEU. Following the recent teaser, it's claimed the Flash movie will reboot not only Batman, but the DCEU. According to Twitter user Viewer Anand, oh, that sounds reliable, following the Batgirl's directors stating the real Batman will appear in their Batgirl movie, Viewer Anand claims the real Batman refers to as Michael Keaton version, and that the Twitter user adding at the end, the Flash movie will merge the DCEU with the Tim Burton universe, and Michael Keaton will be Batman. It's Keaton at the end of the Flash and DCEU, and Burtonverse will have merged, and Keaton will be Batman. That wasn't already clear. I just said that. Michael Keaton has already been rumored to appear in Batgirl, serving as a mentor role for Barbara Gordon, similar to the Batman Beyond story. And the Batgirl movie is going to feature what looks like a black woman as Batgirl playing Barbara Gordon. So that they're race swapping more characters. This hideous bitch is going to play Supergirl in the Flash movie. She's getting her own spin-off too from the sound of it. And it's also been assumed that the Flash movie will reboot the DCEU in some form, but I believe this is the first we've heard about the DCEU merging the Keaton-verse, just called the Burton-verse, which if so, sounds as if the Burton-verse will be wiped out and vice versa. Back in 2019 San Diego Comic-Con, DC insiders filled me in some sort of soft DCE reboot that was in the works with involving the Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson Batman. That looks like it. The trailer looked good, but that movie's probably a disaster. J.J. Abrams' new Superman, which is going to be stupid because Abrams sucks, and James Gunn, but it could be possible things change so that the DCE reboot will continue to happen down the road, slowly emerging and replacing the characters. Viewer Non also adds that his info is a year old or so again, things may have changed, which could mean there might be two versions of Batman. I think they're going to do the multiverse. They're going to have Universe 1, Universe 2, and Universe 3, which they've always had Earth 2 and 3. Earth 2 is where the JSA live, and older Batman and Superman, that sort of thing. And Batman's dead in the Earth 2 continuity. With Ben Affleck sticking around as the Dark Knight, and another recent rumor also offered that Affleck and Keaton will have a scene together. They might, but I kind of doubt it. Some fans are also hoping that with the Discover Warner Media merger, that Discovery will take a liking to the Snyderverse, keep Affleck as Batman, and return Zack Snyder to the... I don't think that's going to happen. Snyder seems to have moved on. There were rumors and speculations a while ago that Zack Snyder would continue his DCEU on HBO Max as part of the multiverse, but that just looks like rumor. I think it is. I'm hoping that Ezra Miller's out, because this guy's a terrible actor and he's really annoying. Is that him there too? Because that's dumb. That hairdo looks silly. This Supergirl, I think the casting's wrong. Is she Latino? She doesn't look anything like Supergirl. And I think Michael Keaton's too old. They should have a younger guy playing Batman. Affleck, I liked both these guys as Batman, but he should be in a Batman Beyond movie, not a Batgirl movie. I'm hoping the Batman is good, but after so many stories about how bad things were on set, I don't have a lot of faith in it. I'll probably watch it if it's on HBO Max. Yeah, live action Batman Beyond would be awesome, but they're not going to do that because, evil white guys. Supergirl's blonde? Oh, that's a hate fact. They're allergic to making good content, which results in making money. They always think this crap's going to sell, and it doesn't. And big corporations like this are very slow to change, which opens the door for a lot of new people to come in and take over and destroy them. Which I'm surprised hasn't happened, but we're seeing more and more people ditch traditional media anyway. Oh, thank you, Fatty057, for the donation, man. It's generous. Thanks. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, right? DC needs to go evil. I'm surprised they haven't made more movies like Black Adam with some of the evil characters. Because they could introduce a lot of new heroes that way, too. Like the Black Adam movies are going to have a lot of the Justice Society in it. Kind of surprised they haven't gone that direction. I guess they're talking about doing that Trench spinoff with Black Manta. But I don't know. Black Manta's kind of a hard sell on his own. They could do a lot of stuff with like Arion or the Warlord or a dozen other characters they have that are very minor players to make a couple of seasons of them on HBO Max. They could do stuff like that. Keaton needs to be in his own bat exosuit from Batman Beyond if he's going to be in a bat suit. Yeah. I don't know what they're planning on doing though, but if you're going to have an old Batman like that, he's got to be doing like a Batman Beyond kind of thing. Batgirl should have already been out there doing the superheroing thing for years by that point. But exosuit would be fucking sweet. All right, the Hollywood Reporter says Ice Cube exited a Sony comedy. Oh, hell no! After declining the Coof shot. The Sony film, which co-stars Jack Black, has been set to shoot this winter in Hawaii. This was a $9 million movie. He was going to get paid. He did part of the upcoming movie in which he would have co-starred with Jack Black after declining a request from producers to get the shot. Sony had no comment. Personal representative for the star declined to comment. WME, his agency, declined to comment. Oh, hell no. It was being produced by Matt Tulmick and Black, who both did not offer a comment. Ice Cube partnered on the project back in June. The Sony film is looking to shoot this winter in Hawaii with some guy as the filmmaker who did a movie called Bad Trip. Producers on Oh Hell No made the request that cast on the project should be getting the shot. The film is pushing back its production start. Black injured himself in June while filming a gag for the last episode of Conan, but it's still attached to the project. Sources tell the Hollywood Reporter the studio is looking to find a replacement for Ice Cube, who walked from a $9 million payday. Throughout the situation, Ice Cube has promoted mask wearing in August. Bacon College in Oklahoma thanked the star and others for donation of 2,000 face masks to use as personal protective equipment. In 2020, amid Coof lockdowns, he unveiled "Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself" branded T-shirts featuring the star in a mask, in partnership with the manufacturer Blackout, which with proceeds to benefit frontline health workers. So this is the second project that Ice Cube has left in recent months. The rapper turned actor was to have co-starred in the boxing movie Flint Strong, but is no longer involved. It's unclear what circumstances prompted that departure. The Universal drama actually shot one day before the first shutdown stateside in March. Oh my God, that sucks. It is now in turnaround as it is being reconstituted with a search for a new co-lead underway. Vaccination among cast and crew in Hollywood has become an issue on multiple projects. An agreement between guilds and studios unveiled in July states producers will have the option to implement mandatory Coof shots policies for cast and crew in Zone A, where the cast and crew work in close proximity on a production by production basis. So I'm actually surprised he walked away from $9 million. I know that dude's got some cash, but wow. Yeah, oh hell knows his response. Hey Kyle, how you doing? Yeah, what's that money worth if you're dead? You're not wrong. So yeah, so they walked away from a big payday there. So good standing by your morals, I guess, but it tends to get expensive when you do stuff like that. All right, our last bounding article is DC Comics touts unprecedented orders for bisexual Superman. Looks like worst Superman sales in over a decade. DC Comics claims their upcoming Superman Son of Kal-El #5 issue that features Superman kissing a man is receiving unprecedented orders. What, like 10,000? In a blog post on their website, DC claims, following the news of the upcoming reveal of John Kent coming out as bisexual in issue 5, global fan excitement has led to more orders for the upcoming issue than the series' debut issue. Well, that was a low bar. Nobody cared about this character to begin with. And again, this is shit art. Where this looks like two Easter Island statues headbutting. Also, this is speculators. Everybody heard the news on Forbes or CNN or some shit, and they ran out to the nearest comic shop to order 5 copies. That's how this always plays out. That's how it was at my shop. That's how it's at the shops that I go to now. So yeah, Jonathan Kent here is making out with pink-haired Marvin. While DC Comics didn't provide any numbers, estimations for the book sales are provided by comic book sales tracking website Comichron, which has been really fucking with their numbers lately, and I find very suspicious. Comichron estimates DC Comics sales of Superman Kal-El, Son of Kal-El, clocked at 68,800 back in July when it first debuted. That was good for the 17th best-selling comic of the month, which is pathetic because Superman used to sell 300,000. 68,000 is not good numbers, especially with comic shops still closing. One just closed in London, Orbital, I think it was. However, given DC Comics stopped distributing their books with Diamond Comic Distributors in favor of Lunar, the numbers from Comichron for DC comic books are rough estimates. Comichron explained DC projections are from initial orders, data set, and thus handicapped amid Diamond entries. God, this is lazy. These covers are shit. Like, this tells you nothing about what's happening in the book. It's just, look how gay this is. Needless to say, beating sales for the first issue would not be hard for a Superman book. In fact, selling less than 70,000 copies for a new Superman book is absolutely abysmal. I agree completely. When the series rebooted with Brian Michael Bendis took over with the title in 2018, Superman #1 sold 133,700 copies. In June 2016, when DC relaunched their entire line with DC Rebirth, Superman Rebirth #1 sold 118,434 copies, and Superman #1 sold 105,380 copies. When DC rebooted their entire universe with the New 52 in September of 2011, Superman #1 sold 118,376 copies. Beating 68,000 is not unprecedented. It's pathetic. It's almost a 50% decline from Bendis' relaunch of the book. Yeah, like 3 years ago. It's an over 41% decline from the 2016 relaunch with Rebirth and 41% decline from the New 52. Maybe DC Comics was referring to how poorly the book sales were doing when they claimed it was unprecedented orders, because the estimates from Comichron for Superman Son of Kal-El #1 are clearly unprecedentedly bad for a new Superman book. And this is a lazy cover, too, because they stole it from Superman. the real Superman, not fake Superman here. This better be revealed to be a fucking alien. Not a Kryptonian either, but like a mimic, like a Skrulls. If you look a little further into the Comic-Con estimates for Superman, Sonic Kal-El, it gets even uglier. The second issue, which came out in August, is estimated to only have 40,000 copies. That was good for the 56th best-selling comic of the month for an issue 2. Comic-Con has not released these sales estimates for September yet, but given the book had an over 41% decline from the first issue to the second issue, it's possible sales for the third issue could be as low as 30,000. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Nevertheless, DC is running with their shock marketing blitz of making Superman attracted to men. They announced they will be reprinting the first 4 issues of Superman, Sonic Kal-El. Not only will they be reprinting them, but they will also receive DC Pride logo on their covers. All 4 of the reprinted issues are expected to arrive in comic shops by November 23rd. Sonic Kal-El arrives in comic shops on November 16th. This is just lazy. It's a cash grab, too. It's a sad, pathetic cash grab, because they're doing these with the Pride banner in the hopes that they're going to bring in more gay audience that doesn't seem to have any interest in their product. And gay people don't want to be pandered to like anyone else. Yeah, crotch grabbing is a shock sell tactic. That's a great way of putting it. And they'll blame bad sales on bigots. Yep, exactly. It's lazy, it's pathetic. Just make a new character that's interesting. Why do you have to do this stupid shit? First of all, Jonathan Kent's been ruined. Bendis kind of fucked that all up by aging him up significantly for no apparent reason. This is just lazy marketing and this constant need to insert new gay characters. Like half the characters are fucking gay now. It's not shocking. It's not a sales tactic. It's just lazy. All right, let's jump back over to the Hollywood Reporter. We only got a few more articles here. Hayden Christensen is returning to Star Wars with Ahsoka series. He looks kind of sickly here. Rosario Dawson is starring as fan favorite Ahsoka Tano. I don't fucking know. Hayden Christensen is standing in the fold of the Galactic Empire. The actor will reprise the role of Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader, in Ahsoka, the latest Star Wars live-action series from Lucasfilm and Disney Plus. Multiple sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. When does this take place? Rosario Dawson is starring as the fan favorite character, a Jedi Knight survivor, popular on the animation side of Star Wars, who made her live-action debut in the second season of The Mandalorian. Plot details are being kept in the far reaches of the Outer Rim. That's funny. But it's known that longtime Star Wars lightsaber wielder Dave Filoni is writing the series and executive producing with Jon Favreau. It's unclear how Skywalker, for that matter Vader, will figure into the Ahsoka, which, like Mandalorian, is set 5 years after Return of the Jedi and therefore after Vader's death. The character of Tano was the Padawan apprentice of Skywalker, so the latter's appearance in the series could be in the form of flashbacks. But knowing a thing or two about how the Force works, sources also posit the theory the character could be a Force ghost. Disney was as silent as Darth Maul. Oh, God, this is lame. So, yeah, he's coming back for some reason to play Anakin again. Whether that's as Darth Vader or something else, I don't know. But they've been screwing with their stuff for a long time, so who knows. Hey, Golf City, Johnny Blaze, how you doing, man? Decent marketing for me. Wow, they want something subpar handed down. Yes, hand-me-downs are lazy. Yeah, they don't have to constantly be revisiting the original trilogy, but they're afraid to make new stuff because they know they can sell stuff to the older fans by tricking them into thinking it's related to the original trilogy. That's why they're doing all these reboots and crap like that. All right, now let's talk about my favorite 2 articles. This came from Deadline. Lifetime Greenlights Highway to Heaven reboot starring Jill Scott and Barry Watson. An updated version of Highway to Heaven is coming to the small screen. Lifetime has greenlit event movie series, Highway to Heaven, a modern take on the classic Michael Landon TV series, starring Grammy winner Jill Scott in a gender-switching role and race swapping. And Barry Watson, Scott also serves as executive producer. Scott stars as the new angel, Angela, who comes down to Earth to help people in crisis. Landon played the male version of the character in the original series, the angel Jonathan, who was sent to Earth to help people in need. Watson portrays junior high school principal Bruce, to whom Angel reveals her true identity. Cast also includes Ben Doane, Robert Maloney, and Ashlee Ross. Look at that. Best gay couple in television. In cooperation with Cindy Landon and Michael Landon Estate, the movies are inspired by the highly rated 80s drama that ran for 5 seasons and more than 100 episodes from 1984 to 89 on NBC. With a constant theme throughout of love and kindness, the reboot aims to inspire hope and community as it addresses contemporary social and emotional issues, this time with a female angel as the anchor of the movie series. In the premiere movie, Angel assumes the role of a temporary school counselor and finds herself working alongside the principal, Bruce, as she intervenes in the lives of troubled student Cody and his father, Jeff. After the tragic loss of Cody's mother, Melissa, they always got to have a dead mom. As Angela seemingly works miracles with Cody and Jeff, Bruce is in disbelief when he learns the divine nature of Angela's work. Her name's Angela. That's not even subtle. The project marks the reunion for... I don't fucking care. Yeah, she was in the All African American, Steel Magnolias, and Sins of the Mother. The original Highway to Heaven was appointment viewing for millions in the time when we need those messages of hope most. We are excited to bring back the iconic series in a new way, said Tanya Lopez, EVP Scripted Programming, Lifetime and Lifetime Movie Network. Having worked with Jill previously for some blah, 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 blah. How much you want to bet they're going to talk about race and gender identity in at least one of these movies? Because it doesn't say. But wait, there's more, because Jill Scott has a bit of a past. Comic Book Hut, of all people, found this article. Oops, that's my Teespring store. That's the wrong thing. This is from Billboard. Jill Scott's not safe for work. Air sex performance has fans on Twitter shocked. Jill Scott was trending on Twitter on Tuesday, November 13th. This is from 2018. One of her concerts surfaced online. The clip shows the neo-soul songstress simulating oral sex on a microphone. You know, like Michael Landon would have on the original show. Bring back the Rifleman of Chuck Connors. Fuck yeah, that was badass. Yeah, fool's bet, right? The not safe for work performance sparked endless reactions on Twitter. Even Questlove responded to those who were shocked at the video, poking fun at newbies who don't know that many of her songs are sexually explicit. Y'all thought she was incense and sandals, huh? Yeah, this woman should play an angel. Scott also responded, after Jill Scott's show, most people get splendidly laid by whoever they came with. See, yep, that's angelic right there is what that is. From plans to dress up as a microphone at the singer's next show to references to her role is Sheila and Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married? There's some hilarious reactions. So yeah, she has a history of doing some pretty interesting things that probably won't meet the Michael Landon approval. He was very wholesome and wanted everything like safe for kids and stuff. And this is not something that would seem very kid friendly. So I'm guessing this is going to be a very woke show. It's going to suck harder than a $2 horror to 3-day bender. No shit. Great analogy. She has a pass, and it's certain that she hasn't purchased anything from Jack's Teespring store. That is a fact, Johnny. She's doing God's work by getting people laid. Well, maybe. God wasn't big on fornication. There was a whole city he destroyed for that. Blowjob is a heavenly act. Yeah, most of the time. It depends if there's teeth. Who should play an angel? How the hoe? Right? Let's get that whore to do it. The one that sucks off microphones. So I thought that was kind of funny. I don't think they should be rebooting Highway to Heaven. I don't think that's going to sell well these days. It obviously has to have a religious overtone to it, and that's not going to fly with a lot of people to begin with, because Christian's bad sort of thing. So it'll be a more spiritual show, most likely. So I don't know how they're going to pull that off, and I don't think that sort of show is really going to be particularly popular. It might work on Lifetime or Hallmark. I guess that's what they're going for. But if somebody finds out about this lady's past, it'll be bigger news. Yeah, they're groped by the devil, more likely. But yeah, they're going to make this super woke. It's going to be boring, and it's not going to have any of the sappy Michael Landon stuff. Hey, Monkey, how you doing, man? Good morning. So I think a remake of Highway to Heaven is really not going to fly. And it's just going to be more woke trash. It's going to be a bait and switch. Yeah, nobody, the original cast isn't there. They don't have anyone that's going to have the same vibe as those guys did. And they're going to make it woke. And the original audience for that is significantly older now. And I don't think it's going to work. So yeah, that's about all I had today. Let's see. Oh, no, there is one more story I didn't get to. Whoops, it seems that I may have missed one. And that's this interesting tweet. Hold on, what's this? Oh, okay. So the new TSR was supposed to have a event coming up, and they were going to do it on the same weekend as GaryCon. Those of you that don't know, GaryCon is run by one of the Gygax sons, and it's a small gaming convention. But they're going to run something over at the Role Playing Museum, which is Gary Gygax's old house, and it's going to be run by his other son. And it's got good crossover appeal, that sort of thing. Well, some of the sponsors of it, including Wizard Tower Games, got an email threatening them. And I'm going to bring up the thing here so we can read it better. This is the email they got from Anonymous Mail. You don't know us, and this email is being sent via encrypted and trackless manner. Oh, so edgy. We are trying to do you a favor. They always are. You may think about staying away from TSR. They will bring new and upcoming game companies like you down. We see you are on their flyer for their event in March, which has been moved to that date only to suck money off GaryCon. We suggest you do not go. You do not want to get us on Twitter and begin talking about Wizards Tower. Be smart. That's a little threatening. Just Lanza, the CEO, has a very checkered past. See links below. Those links are lame, by the way. They claimed to have the support of many old name players from back in the day, like blank and blank, redacted, and do not. They went on a video vlog, the evil DM, who himself is a TSR paid thing, whatever that means. TSR pays him huge money to make these interviews, and of course never talk or dig too deep into the real issues. Lanissa likes to claim he owns trademarks. They do not. He owns trademarks. They do not. He owns the TSR trademark. He has caused a lot of the old school, spelled wrong, original creative crew to back off. No, that was the intimidation campaign that was going on previously. He does not know it. Redacted, and do not want the results we will deliver to those who side with TSR. That is a threat. Your decision, but if you choose to side with, work with, or go to their event, you'll be considered the enemy of those out there who stand for trans rights, inclusivity, and gaming. you will sadly understand what it can be like to be the current thing on Twitter and social media in general. Most social media does not give a fuck about role-playing games. Be real. Be smart. Back away from them now. Links on La NASA are below. Failed politician, failed businessman. We do not want to destroy your business on Twitter and beyond. However, we cannot allow TSR to gain creatives and such. They do know that TSR has 0 products on the market right now. The only thing they sell on their website are some little packets of dice and admission to the museum. That's it. Signed the retard mafia. Yeah, pretty much. This is dangerous shit, though. You're threatening people, even if it's veiled threats, to destroy business and beyond, on Twitter and beyond. That sounds like a threat. They released this on October 25th, and I gotta say, I don't blame them for going public with this, and I hope they don't back down. Because so far they haven't. But Wizard Tower Games, I now want to buy some of their product, because this is bullshit. So yeah, this is crap. Don't threaten people. Yeah, they did link to the wrong TSR handle here, but the other one doesn't seem to be active. I was following this one anyway, but I'm going to give them a follow now too. So apparently other people have backed out of this event, and that's really disappointing. But TSR is really struggling to find its feet, and I think a lot of that has to do with the changes in 5th edition, because we're starting to see more and more of this shit going on, where they're going after the old school crowd of TSR. We saw that with Thacko the Clown last time, which was completely fucking stupid and insulting. And for those of you that don't know, I will try and find that image real quick and bring that back up, because that really pissed me off. They want to insult old fans and shit all over them. And it's no shock, because they hate the old fans. They think they're all homophobes or whatever and stupid. Hey, Angela. But yeah, here's Thacko the Clown. He's a grumpy guy who doesn't like young people having fun. And he's in the new campaign thing they released as a curmudgeonly clown. It's a slap in the face to the old fans. And it's really disappointing. But I really hope TSR comes out with a fantasy role-playing game. I will buy it. Just out of pure spite for these clowns shitting all over them for not even doing anything yet. Yeah, we were playing before they were born. Second Ed for life. But it's pathetic that they're going to these levels to try and intimidate people out of working with TSR. And you know what? I would gladly do something for them, because if I could write something for one of their pieces or whatever, I would. But I'm not exactly a person that is known or anything like that. That wouldn't be helpful at all. Cool looking board games. Yeah, I was looking at their website earlier, and they had some pretty cool looking stuff. So I hope the Wizards Tower doesn't back down and they stick with this. But it's really, really disappointing to see them going after Ernie Jr. and trying to destroy him from making any gaming stuff, because it would devalue D&D. Because right now D&D is still the go-to for even a lot of older fans that don't like these changes they're doing. So if something came along from TSR, that would be a real threat. And there's rumors going around that Hasbro is trying to sell WotC off, and they might sell it to Tencent, which is a Chinese-run company. But the Chinese aren't going to put up with a lot of this gender identity weirdo shit. So I don't know if that's going to go. But D&D's really gone way downhill with a lot of the changes they've made, and it's really disappointing. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm throwing some support behind TSR for now, because they haven't done anything to deserve any of this shit. And I'll pick up some of their products if they come out with some games. And I hope they do. I hope they don't give up. I want to see some TSR games come out. So hopefully that'll happen. But we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and listening. and support the channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. All that happy stuff. And thank you for the donation, Fatty. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.